and welcome to the DABL Coffee Cup games. This is the Diamond Association of Baseball Legends using Strat-O-Matic. Yo, what's up? This is Coach DK coming at you with another Strat-O-Matic replay year 1900. We are now just going to be doing, I believe it's Saturday games only. So we'll pick the best game that we believe we want to highlight on Saturdays throughout the season, according to their schedule. And today we have a matchup of the best teams in the National League. The Pittsburgh Pirates are taking on the Brooklyn Superbas. Brooklyn is 8-5, will be the home team. The Pirates are 5-8, and they will be visiting. Back in the year 1900, the Brooklyn Superbas were 82-54, just edging out the Pirates, who were 79-60. As you recall, at the end of the season, we will pick some teams to continue into the DABL Dynasty Cup, which will be the best teams of the 1900s, 1900 to 1909, who will then compete in their own little tournament. And so just a couple of things there. I'm going to go ahead and move myself real quick. And so Brooklyn was the best team, but here are the lineups. For the Pirates, we got Leach leading off. He is the second baseman. McGinnity, the right fielder. Wagner batting third. We'll be playing first. Manager, player, Fred Clark will be in left. Beaumont, the center fielder, fifth. Zimmer will be catching. Williams, third baseman, seventh. Eli, shortstop, eighth. And the pitcher will be Jesse Tannehill, who, if I'm correct, is the lefty. On this team, we have on this lineup, you have several Hall of Famers. You definitely have Wagner, Jesse Tannehill, I believe Fred Clark. I'm not sure if Chief Zimmer is, but if not, he should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Best catcher of the 19th century. Tommy Leach is also another really good player who, I'm not sure if he's Hall of Fame material, but he was definitely one of the best players during his era. For Brooklyn, you got Sheckard going to be leading off. And unfortunately, he is playing center field, so I forgot to update the positions. Dolan will be short. Kelly, left field. Willie Keeler will be in right. Hugh Jennings will be playing first and batting fifth. Deacon McGuire catching. Daly will be at second. Lave Cross at third. So Sheckard is playing for Jones. They split time in center field. In this lineup, you also have a bunch of Hall of Famers. You have Kelly, Keeler, Jennings, and McGinnity. I believe Deacon McGuire is, and I'm not sure about Dolan, but he might be as well. Lave Cross also was a great player. Brooklyn was loaded with talent, reason they won, obviously. But we will be taking on, we'll be managing Brooklyn, and we'll be taking on the Pirates. And so let's just go ahead and let's jump in. A little pregame stuff here. Tannehill has 3 starts. He has lost all 3 of them, unfortunately. And he is 0-3. He has a 7.31 ERA. McGinnity has 3 starts as well. He is 1-1. He has a 3.32 ERA. Joe Kelly has a 7-game hit streak. Beaumont for the Pirates is yet to not get a hit in every game of the season. He's batting .452 with 5 RBIs and also has a home run to add to it. For Deacon McGuire and Joe Kelly for Brooklyn, team to be leading the charge on the bats. And so let's go ahead, let's jump in to the game, and let's see how everything goes. All right, here we go. We are at Washington Park in Brooklyn. I believe this is Washington Park 2. And so let's start it off. Joe McGinnity is going to pop out to third base, or get Tommy Leach to pop out. McQuarrie's up. He's going to go ahead and strike out. So strike out early. We haven't seen a lot of strikeouts at this time of year. Honus Wagner goes ahead and he gets out. So big out there. Schecter's going to be leading off for us, and he's going to start off with a strikeout. So the two Hall of Fame pitchers are matched up, and both of them start off the game with a strikeout. Dolan flies out to left, and Kelly lines out. So 1, 2, 3 for both teams. Here's Clark. He's going to fly out to center field. Schecter's there to pull that one on in. Beaumont's up. He, as mentioned earlier, has gotten on base every game so far, but not doing so in his first attempt. And then Chief Zimmer rips a single to center. Our first hit and first runner on base. Williams is up, and he's going to hit a ground ball right back to the pitcher. He's going to easily throw it on over and get the out. Keeler's up. Last time we played, Keeler had a 6-game hit streak that came to an end, and so we were disappointed to see that, obviously, but that is the game of baseball. Hugh Jennings is up. He's going to fly ball to right field. McCreary's going to be there to haul that one in. And then Deacon McGuire's up, and he's going to get a walk. First runner on base for Brooklyn. Daly's going to come in, and he's going to ground out. So no hits for Brooklyn. Pittsburgh only has one. No runners in scoring position yet. Eli's going to line out. Tannehill, the pitcher, is going to go ahead and hit a ground ball to short. Dolan's there to wrap that one up and throw it on over to Jennings. And now Tommy Leach comes in, and he's going to get a walk. Unfortunately, McGinnity has a +2. McGuire, the catcher, has a +2. So we're going to be giving away free steals, it looks like. He's still going to run even though being held on. And he is thrown out. So we'll take that one. I would have gone to. Leave crosses up for us. He's going to ground out to short. So still no runners in scoring position. Fly ball to center field. Tannehill's yet to give up a hit. McGinnity's only given up one. Schechter hits the ball to second and gets the out. So 1, 2, 3. So after 3 innings, 0-0. Pittsburgh has 1 hit. Brooklyn has none. No errors made so far. So a good pitching and defensive game. But just like that, McGreary hits the ball to right center off the big wall, and he is going to get a triple. And now you got Honus Wagner up. He's hitting .315 so far, and he's going to fly ball to left field. I'm sure that's going to have a chance for the score, and unfortunately, Joe Kelly throws him out. Thank you, Joe Kelly, great defender, good arm. You can tell our outfield has very, very good arms. Kelly, Schechter both -1. Keeler was -3. So our defense is pretty decent for Brooklyn. Dolan's going to lead us off. He's going to grab a single. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get a steal here. Does not get the lead. Ooh. I'm not going to attempt it with my 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. So Kelly's up. He's going to hit a ball to center field. See what Beaumont can do with it. So it looks like it was a deep enough ball that Dallin was able to advance to second. So Keeler's up, and I seem to be very unlucky for Keeler because he is yet to get a hit for me. Jennings is up. He's going to pop out. So first runner gets the scoring position with the 1 out, and my 4 and 5 hitters, both Hall of Famers, not able to knock them in. So top of the 5th, here we go. Beaumont starts off with a walk. And he is still going to, I thought he was going to still try to take a lead there. Ball to Daly. He grabs it and he throws it. It gets away. So it's a single with a bad throw, advancing both runners to second and third. Williams is up. There are 0 outs, so we won't do anything here. Single, knocks in Beaumont. Zimmer advances to third. All right, so there's a pop out, so our first out. So Pirates jump up 1-0. Jeez. McGinnity throws, trying to pick Williams. A balk. Really? They're going to get a run on a balk. McGinnity gets a strikeout. I think there are too many balks in this game. Just saying that. Wild throws, pickoffs, or pass balls. It just seems to be way too many. That's just my personal opinion. But I mean, I could turn that off, but they do include it. Yeah, we'll leave it in. Bottom of the 5th. McGuire's up. He's going to hit a ground ball to third base. So we're down 2-0. Still only got 1 hit. Tom Daly. There's our second one. So we're going to see if Daly can advance. He does not get the lead that we want. Wave crosses up, and unfortunately that's going to be a strikeout. I believe that's the second one for Tannehill. Hit one in the first. And now Joe McGinnity, the pitcher, is going to get a single. Putting runners on first and second. Top of the order. Sheckard's going to be up. And unfortunately he is going to pop out. So top of the 6th. And we're going to get a line out for an out. And now we just got a strikeout, which obviously you cannot argue about at all. McGinnity, that's his 3rd strikeout of the game, and make it 4 back-to-back strikeouts. So bounces back hard, comes in tough. Dolan gonna hit a ball to short. And Eli takes care of it. Joe Kelly's up. He is 0 for 2, make it 0 for 3. Keeler is 0 for 2. Oh, there it is. All right, so I say our biggest hitters yet to get a hit. With Kelly, Keeler, and Jennings, all were HOF'ers, but Keeler now gets the triple. Unfortunately, there's 2 outs. See if Jennings can do anything with them. He does. He rips a single, knocking in a run. Takes second on the steal. Deacon McGuire is up, and he gets the second walk of the game. Bring Daly, who is 1 for 2. Jesse Tannehill is going to get him the ground ball to third, where Williams is there. And it's going to be an error loading the bases up. So a 2-out rally. In the bottom of the 6th, Lave crosses up. And they are going to bring in Rube Waddell. So as mentioned earlier, Rube Waddell played for Milwaukee for a stint in the summer. And so he is in the American League, but he is also in the National League. He was the league leader in ERA in the year 1900. So this is going to be a tough matchup for Cross. He gets him the fly ball to Fred Clark. And Clark is going to miscue, so it'll be a... Wow. Waddell gets injured on the play. So Jennings scores from third, McGuire scores from second, Taylor scored from first. Cross ends up scoring with the double, and then Clark with the error. So apparently a throw, a allowed it to be all 4 runs come in, so we just jumped to a huge lead. They bring in Chesbro now. Oh, another Hall of Famer, so 3rd Hall of Famer pitching for the Pirates. And McGinnity gets on base. And finally, Sheckard makes the 3rd out. So 5 runs with 2 outs. Nobody on, and like that, the game turned around. That is Brooklyn's offense. At any point, they can turn it on. McGinnity is up. Ground ball to 3rd base, and he is going to be out. And here's a ground ball to 2nd. Fires to 1st, and he is out. So 2 down. All right, time for the 7th inning stretch. Who was the last starting AL pitcher to appear in the batting order? Oh, good gracious. I don't even have a clue who this one would be. I'm assuming they're talking pre-interleague play. Let's go with, man, I don't even have a clue. Ken Holtzman of the A's in 1975. Interestingly enough, I was thinking somebody probably from athletics. Why? It was just the first thing that popped in my head. Would not have guessed Ken Holtzman. All right, so we are in the bottom of the 3rd. I am yet to get one of the trivia questions right. Dolan is going to go ahead and single. Kelly is going to go ahead and single. He's going to put runners on 1st and 3rd. Keeler is up, so he has a triple already. He's going to rip another single. And so the floodgates are just happening now as Brooklyn is just taking this game completely over. A fly ball to center field. I believe that should score a run. So with runners on 2nd and 3rd, no. Apparently it was short. Apparently C is not deep enough. Oh my gosh. Deacon McGuire gets injured, shakes it off, and can continue in the game. All right. All right, well, one of the things that we did forget to do is our player profile. So let's just go ahead and jump in there real quick. We're going to be talking about Chief Zimmer, the catcher for the Pirates. Interestingly enough, with Chief Zimmer, he started his career back in, I want to say 1890. I'm not sure that's 100% correct. Nope, 1884 with the Detroit Wolverines. One of the things that was interesting about Zimmer is that he was one of the greatest players during that time. He helped nurture a lot of Hall of Fame pitchers. He was the catcher for Cy Young. Cy Young has often been quoted for talking about Chief Zimmer and his help to develop his game as a pitcher. He also was the catcher for Rube Waddell, and so he was one of the best catchers of all times. He was the finest defensive catcher of his day, is what Bill James, this baseball historian, has said. He picked him as both his 1890s Gold Glove team and his 1890s All-Star team. And so he was among the league's leaders consistently in putouts, assists, double plays, fielding percentages, and games played at catcher. He set multiple major league fielding records during his career. And so in 1893, Zimmer actually threw out 183 base runners trying to steal base. one of the interesting things about Chief Zimmer is when he started, most catchers were away from home plate, kind of in a standing position, and then they would get down at times. Chief Zimmer was the first catcher to consistently and always stay down behind the mound, giving him an advantage. One of the things that he did, sliding Billy Hamilton, who was probably the greatest base stealer of the time, Zimmer actually made his reputation, or I should say secured his reputation, when he threw out Billy Hamilton twice in one game trying to steal second. He is the only catcher to have been able to achieve that feat. By 1896, he had the highest career fielding percentage of any major league catcher at .943. He is an incredible player. One of the reasons he started off, if I'm correct, he started off with the Wolverines very, very shortly, and then he went to the Metropolitans of New York for a short stint. And then he went to the Cleveland Blues in 1887, where he was there for 13 seasons. He was obviously the catcher for Cy Young when he started off. But what probably is most interesting is that he was part of a ginormous trade. And so he was part of a trade where I want to say it was Cleveland, traded several players. I'm just trying to find where I saw that real quick. So I'm just looking real quick. But he was part of some sort of blockbuster trade that was uncommon, but won today, and it was, I think, for Jack Chesbro. Yeah. So after 1899, Zimmer was part of a blockbuster trade with the Pirates. In addition to Zimmer, the Louisville Colonels sent 3 future Hall of Famers, Rube Waddell, Honus Wagner, Fred Clark, to the Pirates in exchange for Jack Chesbro, 3 other players, and $25,000 cash. So Louisville had, at that time, some amazing players. They had, obviously, Chief Zimmer. They had Rube Waddell. They had Honus Wagner and Fred Clark. Fred Clark became the manager player for the Pirates. And so they traded Jack Chesbro to Louisville with 3 other players. So a blockbuster trade, obviously worked out really, really well for the Pirates, who immediately turned over their season. And so he plays 2 years with the Pirates, and I then believe in 1903 he goes to the Phillies. So he ended up leading with the guys that they bring in the Pirates. They ended up winning the pennant in 1901 and 1902. Chief Zimmer, probably one of the best defensive players to ever play the game, particularly at the turn of the century, and was quite the mentor for great pitchers. So, player spotlight, Chief Zimmer. So now back to the game. We're going to go ahead. Joe McGinnity, we are in the top of the 8th. They have Pittsburgh is trailing 6-2. Joe McGinnity has held them to 4 hits. Has given up both earned runs. He has struck out, I think, 4. And he has done an incredible job. So, Pirates are going to bring in a pitch hitter, Richie, and he's going to earn a walk. It looks like another pinch hitter now coming in for Jack Chesbro, who O'Brien now hits a single, putting runners on first and second. So both pitch hitters have done well. We have guys on first and second. Tommy Leach is up, and he's going to pop out. So McGinnity gets the first guy out. Gets a ground ball to second. That should advance runners. Second and third. Honus Wagner is up. We got to walk him. And not let Honus Wagner beat us. Putting the tying run at the plate, though, which worked out because Clark, who is 0 for 3, rounds out, ending the inning. So still 6-2, bottom of the 8th. Woods is up, or in the mound, excuse me, and it's going to be a ground ball out by Daly. Cross is up. He's going to line out. McGinnity still has some juice left, so we're going to go and let him hit with a 6-2 lead. He's going to pop out. And so he's going to chance to finish his game. And so Beaumont, who had a 13-game hit streak coming into the game, is down to his last at bat, realistically, unless something miraculous happens. But he needs a hit if he wants to keep his streak alive. He does not, so his streak is over at 13 games. McGinnity takes care of that one. Chief Zimmer, our highlight player, he is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He flies out, making himself 2 for 4. Williams is up, and he is going to get his second hit of the game, a single. So 2 outs, top of the 9th. It's up to Richie to keep the game alive, and it's going to be a ground ball to Dolan. Dolan is going to get him 6-3, and that'll end the game. So 6-2 game. Great pitching game by Joe McGinnity. Struggled in the middle of the game a little bit, but overall, I think he did a fantastic job. Players of the game, Lave Cross did have 3 RBIs and a run scored. So he did obviously very well. We will